He proposed! Dallas and I are now officially engaged! Congratulations! Well, I mean, we knew it was gonna happen, but the way he did it was so fantastic. Oh, I feel like I'm floating on cloud 9. And you will be for quite some time. You guys already have your date picked out, right? Yeah, we're thinking about 3 months from now. Oh, wow, that's not very long. It's not, but we don't plan to have a big wedding, just something small with the people who are important to us. That makes sense. Of course you would think so. We got the idea from you. Oh, how your ideas have changed. Yeah. I knew I should have told you where I got the idea. No, it's okay. I just remember how you kept telling me that I would regret it. Well, you have so many friends and family that I figured you would have to hear about it for the rest of your life. I was trying to save you having to listen to people complain if they weren't invited. You said that you wanted to have all of our old friends at my wedding. Well, that would have been nice. You're more than welcome to invite them to your wedding. We can't afford it. Besides, there isn't enough time. You're the one with money. You should have had the bigger wedding. I'm not sure why you think that. We aren't rich or anything. Yeah, but look at where you live. That place is gorgeous. You have to have a lot of money to have that kind of gorgeous ranch. Not at all. It's my family's house. After my parents died, they left it to me. It's a lot of work, and it's not always profitable. Oh, right, because people who don't have a lot of money always have horses, huh? My family have had horses for forever. They're part of having a ranch. I used to ride when I was a kid. I know that horses are expensive. Jay's calling. I have to go, because I'll bet he needs me to help with something. I'm so jealous. I wish I could stay home all day and work. Well, maybe you and Dallas could discuss you staying home with the kids. That's a pretty big assumption. What if I don't want kids? Then you would have changed your mind after years of saying you can't wait to be a mother. I might have. That's true. Well, congratulations and catch you later. Hey, Kayla, I have a few questions for you. Sure, what do you need? Well, Dallas and I were thinking about venues, and we think we found the perfect one. You don't want to have it at your church? We actually want to have just one venue for the wedding and the reception. It's just a lot easier. It would also make it easy to spend more time with our guests. That definitely helps. That's why we ended up having our marriage on the ranch. It made things so much easier. Exactly. And since you brought it up, we were wondering if we could have our wedding at your ranch. Oh, I'll need to think about it. We have a lot going on during the spring, so it may not be in a good state when you guys plan to wed. Oh, come on. You can put off chores for a day so we can get married. It will take more than a day. Preparing everything will take at least a week. Oh, please, you're exaggerating. No, it took us nearly 2 weeks when we did it. That's because you guys were remodeling. It won't take that long for our wedding. I want to say yes, but realistically, I don't know. You're giving us only a little more than 2 months, and it overlaps with when things start to get really busy. Please, we really can't afford somewhere expensive, and your ranch is perfect. I mean, your wedding photos are still the best I've ever seen. Your ranch is what really makes it look so amazing. I'll talk to Jay. Oh, come on. We don't have long, so we need to lock down our venue. I'll see what we can do, but if you need an answer today, it's gonna have to be no. If you can wait a few days, I'll talk to Jay. And if he agrees, we'll see about shifting some of our chores around that time, around the wedding. I guess if that's the best that you can do, I'll have to take it. I really want to have my wedding ceremony and reception on your ranch. I mean, there couldn't be a more perfect place for my special day. I agree with that. As soon as Jay comes in, we'll discuss it. Once I know how he feels, we'll go from there. Okay, don't forget, okay? Don't worry, I'm not gonna forget. It's at the top of my priority list. So, what's the verdict? Jay's on board, but we're still working through the details. Yeah, thank you. But you could have told me yesterday. I would appreciate it if you don't take up time because we're already cutting it close.
I don't know if you can use the ranch yet.
What? You just said that you and Jay agree we can. What else do you need?
We have to adjust our work schedule. There are things that are scheduled for the 2 weeks leading up to your wedding. We have to reschedule most of that.
Just cancel it. You can always do it later.
It's not that easy. We have to make sure that it's scheduled. A lot of our work over the rest of the year relies on getting some of that work done.
Oh, I'm sure you can do without for this year. I mean, you have more than enough money.
No, that's not true at all, Jody. Again, if you need an answer now, the answer is no. I told you it would take a few days.
Oh, now you need a few days, huh? I think you're just stalling.
I want you to have a great wedding, but we can't just ignore the ranch. I want to let you use the place because I know that it can be such a great experience, but we can't just let the ranch go. That's our livelihood.
Pfft, you work at a law firm. It's not your livelihood.
Most of our income is from the ranch. I work at the law firm because it provides stable income. Look, I'm not going to argue with you. Either you need to wait until we see if we can rearrange the schedule, or you can start looking for another venue.
So much for you being one of my best friends.
I'm sorry, but ranching isn't easy. Give me a couple of days and I should have an answer for you.
Fine, whatever. I'll just start looking for another venue.
Oh, okay, good luck.
I thought you said you only needed a couple of days. It's been 3 days since I asked you.
Hi, Jody. What do you mean?
You said you just needed a couple of days to try to make sure you had things in order. Then you didn't contact me at all.
Oh, you said that you would find another venue. So I thought you decided not to use the ranch.
I never said that. If you didn't want me to use the ranch, you should have just been honest.
So you do want to use the ranch?
Yes. Why would you think I didn't?
Because you said you would find something else? I'll start calling around and we'll let you know in 2 days.
Oh, great. You need 2 more days.
I'm sorry, but you made it sound like you would find something else. I didn't realize that you still wanted to use the ranch.
Then you should have asked.
I already apologized. You really need to calm down.
Ugh. You're right. I'm sorry. Please let me know as soon as you know.
I will. In the meantime, focus on other stuff. There's plenty to keep you busy.
I don't need you to tell me that.
Sorry. I'll start calling around and you can focus on the other stuff.
We did it! You can use the ranch. Thank God! I was starting to panic.
I'm sorry, I really thought you were gonna find somewhere else. Anyway, everything is settled and you're good to start planning to use the ranch. I'll send along the details about where you guys can set up the ceremony.
I want to have it outside.
That's entirely understandable, but you'll need to also consider using the barn in case of rain. We'll clean it out and have it ready just in case.
Ew! You want me to get married in your barn?
Only if it rains. Don't worry, we can get it set up to look really nice. That way you can use it for the reception too.
Oh, right. I guess we don't want to have that outside.
No, even if it's a sunny day, you'll want to be able to close off some parts of the ceremony.
Still, the barn, it sounds so hick.
You don't remember how we prepared it for our wedding, do you?
No, not really.
I'll send pictures. If you want to get some ideas of what we did, I can help you get things planned.
Oh, that's a great idea. I'll let you know what you can schedule for us. This is gonna be the best wedding ever.
I will definitely work with you to help you get your dream wedding.
Yeah.
Good news! We got the flowers you wanted. It's gonna cost a bit extra, but they can have the flowers here on time.
Oh, I thought we were gonna use the flowers from your greenhouse.
We don't have the right color lilies and roses, and we definitely don't have enough of them for the barn.
Oh, how much will it cost to get the flowers here on time?
It's going to be $550.
What? That's way too much!
Well, I would be willing to pay for it as your wedding present.
Really? That would be amazing!
Of course, I would do nearly anything for my best friend.
I know. You were so cool when I asked you to let Renee be my maid of honor.
Well, it really worked better for both of us. I've had a lot to do trying to get the ranch ready. I don't think that I would have been a very good matron of honor.
Right, matron.
So when is the bachelorette party? I haven't seen anything about it.
Actually, we had it last weekend.
What? I didn't get an invitation?
I know. I didn't want you to feel that you had to attend.
I wanted to go. I haven't seen so many of our friends in years.
Well, I didn't want you to neglect something for the wedding. If you had worried about the party, you might have missed something during the planning.
I'm really hurt that you left me out.
Which reminds me, Dallas has asked that you do not be at the wedding.
What?
Since you're his ex, it doesn't seem like a good idea for you to be there.
We went on 3 dates when we were in middle school.
I know, but he said that it would just be uncomfortable.
You're having the ceremony on my ranch. How is this not a problem sooner?
Oh, it was. But I was afraid if I told you, you would say that we needed to find somewhere else to hold it. And I had my heart set on the ranch.
Is that why you didn't want me to be at the wedding party at all?
Of course. We didn't intend for you to be at the wedding or the reception. That should have been obvious by the fact that we didn't send you an invitation.
I thought you had overlooked it. Or that we were to assume that we should be there. You're literally gonna be on my property for it.
Stop making my wedding about you. You showing up to my wedding would just be uncomfortable for everyone.
Wow, okay. If that's the case, good luck finding another venue. And I won't bother ordering the flowers for you.
What? You already said you would.
I didn't realize that you were just using me. Because you were right. If I had known that I wasn't invited, there wasn't a chance I would have wasted so much time helping you.
I know you aren't gonna cancel on me now. You're just bluffing. Because I know you wouldn't do that to your best friend.
No, I certainly wouldn't. But with the way you've acted lately, you've let me know that I am not your best friend. From the way you're acting, I don't think that we're even friends anymore.
Whatever, I know you love me. After all, you did all that work to make sure that I'll have the best wedding. You aren't so vindictive that you would just deny me a free venue. I mean, you've saved me so much money. I knew that you were rich.
Apparently you've changed a lot over the last couple of years.
I'm the same old Jody you've always loved.
No, you aren't. The Jody that I knew and loved would never have excluded me from her wedding party. You aren't that woman.
I think you're the one who changed. You tried to refuse to let me use your ranch. I had to guilt you into letting me use it. The Kayla I knew would have said yes without hesitation.
No, I would always have had to check. That's how you run a ranch.
Whatever. I know that there was a time you would have done whatever I wanted. Now it's like pulling teeth.
It's actually worse than that now.
What's that supposed to mean?
You will not be allowed on my ranch. Best get started trying to find a venue because no one from your event is going to be allowed on my lands.
You can't do that. The wedding is less than a week away.
Then you'd better get moving.
I'm gonna come to the ranch and get everything set up. You can't stop me.
The police will say otherwise.
You have become the worst friend ever.
I wish I could take that crown, but you have me beat by miles. Now that I know you only started talking to me 4 months ago because of my ranch, I think it's best that we go back to ignoring each other.
You can't stop me. I will have my perfect wedding for free on your ranch.
How dare you have Jody arrested? What did she ever do to you?
She used me, then told me I couldn't even be on my property, after I planned everything.
What the hell are all those people doing? It's our wedding.
Those are my real friends and family. Since you guys decided to get married on my birthday, we repurposed it to be a birthday celebration.
You didn't invite us to it.
Of course not. You guys were supposed to be off getting married. I wasn't gonna make you feel like I was trying to steal your audience. The only people here are the people who actually care about me.
After what you've done, no one is gonna care about you.
Everyone here knows what happened. They're here to show they support me.
You are horrible. The worst. I can't believe that I had a crush on you for forever.
Don't you need to bail your bride out of jail?
We will never forget that you ruined our wedding day. We'll ruin you online.
You can try. It should be interesting to see what people think, especially since I'll be honest about everything that has happened.
Are you threatening me?
I just think it's funny that you used my former best friend to try to get back at me for turning you down. I didn't tell her because she was so happy. Maybe I should have let her know what a snake you are. But then I wouldn't have found out just how awful she's become.
You're the awful one. You're so full of yourself that you can't even see how people feel about you.
I think that I tend to think the best of people. Then you guys go and prove me wrong. Now, I'm gonna get back to my party. I strongly recommend you go take care of your bride.
I don't want to marry a jailbird.
Funny, since it's really your fault that she's in jail.
I didn't make her do anything.
You told her that if she didn't come up here and make a scene and trespass on our land, you wouldn't marry her.
How did you know that?
You guys talked about it in front of my brother. Man, you guys are so self-absorbed you don't notice anyone or anything around you.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm gonna make you pay for everything you've done.
The next 48 hours were pretty exciting, and not in the good way. Dallas came up to the ranch armed and ready to really hurt someone. Fortunately, we have cameras everywhere, and the cops were patrolling the area more often after his threat. When he was arrested, he faced a lot of charges, including assaulting several police officers. He wound up getting 5 years in prison because he had actually gone down a conspiracy rabbit hole, and it was clear that he was a threat to a lot more than just Jay, me, and our ranch. When he gets out, it's very likely he'll be driven out of town because there were a lot of people on his bad list. None of them were happy about the kinds of things he was saying and threatening to do. Jody was released after a month. She hadn't done too much, unlike her husband. When it became clear that her fiancé was going to be locked away for a long time, she lost interest. However, her association with him meant that a lot of people in town turned against her. Last I heard, she left town to live with an aunt on the other side of the country. She never did apologize, but I don't really care. She destroyed our friendship and tainted my memories of it. Sad that she was willing to throw all of that away. Jay and I have continued to run our ranch as we always did. Initially, the story about what happened was bad for business. Dallas was convincing in the beginning. Once people learned what he was actually up to, their opinion about doing business with us turned. I still do a bit of legal consulting, but with our first child on the way, I don't really have time to hold down 2 jobs. Jay has plenty keeping him busy since things are booming now, 2 years after those events. I'm so excited to see where life takes us next.